So we're going to jump right now to because Florida or dirty Jersey. We are separated on the East Coast by many miles, Kevin. Florida is an interesting state, and I listen. Jersey has its share of moments as well. So I thought I would read you two headlines. I'd like you to try to pick which is a real headline from a New Jersey incident and which is a real headline from Florida. Okay, because Florida or dirty Jersey. Cue the music. I'm kidding. There's no music. Maybe we'll get that next week. So the first one is face-eating attack lasted 18 agonizing minutes. Okay, that's the first headline. Face-eating attack lasted 18 agonizing minutes. The other headline, man named Bacon arrested for fight over sausage.
I'm gonna go the first one because I think Florida had that flesh eating situation about 12, 15 years ago. So I'm gonna say that was Florida man. And then of course I'll have to go the second one was the Jersey.
You are absolutely correct.
Yes.
Let's bring this up. The face. Yes, it was
Yes.
Miami. There it is.
Yes.
Apparently, this is I think a bath salt incident, for what I
Yeah,
remember
that was bath
exactly.
salts.
Here it
Yep.
says. Let me see here. Close this here fucking thing. Rudy Eugene, who authorities suspect may have been high on a dangerous new street drug known as bath salts, had to be shot 4 times by a police officer to halt the cannibalistic attack. The victim was Ronald Popo, 65. He was in critical condition, and 75% of his face was devoured by Mr. Eugene. So if that wasn't an advertisement for those new bath salts, I don't know what was. Now let's just get to Mr. Bacon here too, because this was too good to pass up. Man named Bacon arrested over fight over sausage. According to police in New Jersey, a man named Thomas Bacon. For any of you who thought that it was in any way Francis Bacon, the painter, it was not. Has been charged with assault after he beat up a man because of some sausage. It's not clear how the two men are linked, nor
Oh.
why Bacon's temper was brought to such a sizzle. We have Florida man or Jersey guy next. We have our next game here. Florida man or Jersey guy. I'm going to read you two headlines. They are real, but you're going to tell me which one happened in which state. Your fair state,
Can
your
I ask you a
fair
question?
adopted state. Yeah.
Did you tear a quad when you came up with these?
How many years? I mean, is it that incessant
Oh,
that
that's fucking. How many you saw it? Like
uh,
there were during the fucking. It's like get the fuck over it, man. I'm worth millions of dollars, and like, you know what? If saying adjective and fucking blowing my quad are the two worst things I do in life, fuck, man. Should build a fucking statue to my ass.
maybe they will to your
I'm
ass, no less.
yeah, fuck yeah.
All right. So here's the first headline: Man in dog costume filmed himself having sex with Siberian husky. I'll repeat that: Man in dog costume filmed himself having sex with Siberian husky, or drunken man assaults victim with a sandwich. One is Florida, one is New Jersey. Tell me what you think.
I'm gonna go with the Furby incident with the bestiality. I'm gonna go with Jersey Man because it's way too hot to be in a fucking costume in Florida. And I'm gonna go with the sandwich because everybody knows that at every gas station they do carry a large selection of pimento loaf sandwiches ready to strike.
You
So,
you you have it exactly opposite, Kevin.
oh,
A Florida man has admitted to recording himself performing sex acts on a Siberian husky while wearing a dog costume and posting the revolting footage online, authorities said. Christian Stewart Oscar Nichols, 21, of Oldsmar, wherever that is facing charges of aggravated animal cruelty and 10 counts of prohibition of certain acts in connection with obscene materials after his arrest on Monday, according to the Pinellas County Sheriff Office. I just want to see if there's a quote from him, if there's any kind of okay. The dog, later identified as Nichols' pet named Ember, was clearly distressed during the video and at one point tried to run away, but the man responded by hitting the dog with a penis-shaped sex toy. This is just terrible. So that was Florida, Mr. Nichols. And then the sandwich, I think the thing to remember is it should anything with food is always going to be Jersey. And any fucked up stuff with sandwiches or like meatball heroes, it's always going to be Jersey. A drunken northern Jersey man threw a sandwich at another man. Oh, in Virginia, though. This happened in Virginia. So it was the Jersey guy in Virginia, and he's now facing charges. Fairfax City Police Department says in a news release that 32-year-old Jonathan Magnus of Morristown, New Jersey, threw a sandwich at a 50-year-old man at a Fairfax Pizza. That is wild, and you get arrested for that. Assault and battery for the sandwich action
Mm.
in Virginia. So we're coming back. We're gonna cast click the film. Kev. If it were ever to happen, we want to know. I want to know who you would choose to play your friend, and I would want to know myself. So casting click the film right after this. All right, Florida man or Jersey guy. Let's get this before we head to Hollywood with Kevin Nash. That's today's main topic. I'm going to read you two headlines. Now, another thing I want to point out here. Apparently, I didn't know this. Adam Carolla did a similar thing back in the day. Can anyone confirm this? Dom, Steve, anyone with me? I saw comments on there like oh, you're ripping off Adam Carolla. I guess this is a bit he did about. It would have been about Jersey. That didn't make sense. Was it about Florida or something? I don't know. Well, if he did it, I never heard.
Does that mean we can't have any talk about sex? Because wasn't he with Dr. Drew for like 39 years talking sex?
Yeah. Apparently, anything
we can't do that either.
Anything that's done,
Jesus.
They don't want to see. No more sunset flip finishes. No more submissions. All right. First item: candidate for U.S. Senate admits to sacrificing goat and drinking its blood. Second headline: daycare workers charged with running a toddler fight club.
I'm going to go with political landscape in Florida. I'm going to say that the the first one was a Florida man, and the fight club would definitely be. It's got that Jersey feel.
You're absolutely correct. Let's go to Tallahassee. 2 years ago, Augustus Sol Invictus walked from Central Florida to the Mojave Desert and spent a week fasting and praying, at times thinking he wouldn't survive. In a pagan ritual to give thanks, when he returned home, he killed a goat and drank its blood. Now he's a candidate for U.S. Senate. The story's coming back to bite him.
And you know that guy will not go down on his wife while she menstruates.
Right, but a goat.
Goat, not a problem.
Yeah, she's far too clean. This is old. This is 2015. So he is not running for Senate currently, lest anyone worry. And then yes, in New Jersey.
Too bad.
Lightbridge Academy. 2 employees at a New Jersey daycare center instigated Fight Club-style brawls between the toddlers and shared the footage of the pint-sized pugilists on Snapchat, prosecutors said Tuesday. Erica Kenny and Shanice White were criminally charged for allegedly staging tussles between kids ages 4 to 6 at Lightbridge Academy in Cranford. Cranford's a nice town, too.
Yeah, but once Tyler Durden fucking stops by, it fucks up the whole schematic.
Yeah. It's time for Florida man or Jersey guy. 2 stories, 2 states. And you're going to tell me who was the Florida guy, Florida man, who was the Jersey guy. Okay, first item: man dressed in bull costume attempts to burn down house with ragu sauce. I just read them, folks. Man dressed in bull costume attempts to burn down house with ragu sauce as the accelerant to the fire. Second one: doctor who ejaculated on patient gets 2 years in prison.
Seems a little stiff. I've always got to go with the bestiality with Florida. I can see some fucking wise guy from Jersey fucking squirt one off on somebody.
Oh, sorry, baby. It's the way it goes. Would you like to come up into my house and see my bird?
Well, you're correct. The man dressed in the bull costume. Let's see. Let's see who this was. Where's the story? Florida man, one dressed in a bull onesie, attempts to burn down a house with ragu sauce. They're the two winners. Two Florida men caught with their hands in the pasta jar after they used ragu sauce to try and burn down a home they robbed last week. Derek Irving, 36, and John Silva, arrested after breaking into a DeLand home, stealing a flat-screen TV, air conditioning wall unit, and then trying to burn the joint down with some ragu sauce.
Yeah, and also finding 5 grams of mushrooms that they fucking ingested before they got the ragu.
But they must have went in the bull costume, though, too. That was before the mushrooms.
Yeah.
Doctor who ejaculated on patient. This is...
Oh, is that the Miz?
It is a little Miz-like.
Just kid Mike.
Sorry, Miz. Montclair, New Jersey, former emergency room doctor at Mount Sinai. Now, Mount Sinai is in New York, but he was a New Jersey doctor. Sentenced to 2 years for sexually abusing 4 female patients. He should have just written a check. I think $12 million would have covered 4 women. In one instance, drugging
Don't be fucking putting fucking McMahon
a patient
with some
defenseless
fucking ER doctor.
Ejaculating. Do you ever wake up with anything sticky on you at the dentist? I don't know how.
No.
This is. I mean, there had to be a process of someone going home and going, "Wait, what is this? What is this? What?"
The fucking smells like bleach. You fucking
What
better.
is
I mean,
this?
I'd throw the fucking flag right there.
Yeah, I know, but who goes there first? Who doesn't go, "Oh, this is something in the anesthesia that got on my face or whatever." Anyway,
Rinse.
it was
Spit.
it was spit. Mr. Dr. Newman said that what I did was awful and disgusting, and I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
But I'll put it in my memory and get off to it the rest of my fucking life. You
2 years.
fucking sick freak.
You'd figure it should be more than 2 years, right? I mean, I don't think this guy should be running around.
Yeah, but
Who
2
knows what he's
years,
gonna
and
do
then
now?
if sooner or later word gets around what you did, that's a long 2 years.
That's true. That
So
reputation.
you were tossing off by the, oh, okay, motherfucker.
Going to follow
Like,
Dr. Newman a
That,
little bit.
that motherfucker woke up and looked like fucking coming out of the womb, probably.
Florida man or Jersey guy? I'm going to give you 2 headlines, Kev. You're going to tell me which one references the Florida man or the Jersey guy. First one. Music professor finds his zen jamming with cicadas. Music
Florida.
professor finds
Florida.
his zen jamming with cicadas. Or woman stabs sister with EpiPen because she's allergic to drunks. So you heard cicadas, so you were going Florida.
Yeah,
then
I
you
was
heard
going-
the abject stupidity of the
Yeah.
person in the second one, and that threw you.
Yeah. All right. Fuck. I'm gonna go. I know you guys have cicadas up in Jersey, so I'm gonna go
course.
EpiPen, fucking Florida cicadas, Jersey.
You're far too good at this game, Kevin. You're absolutely correct. New Jersey music professor finds his zen jamming with cicadas. Look at that image, folks. Yeah, playing the sax.
Is that Tom Waite?
It looks like Tom Waits a little bit, circa 1974, but
Right.
Tom Waits nonetheless.
I'm so horny. The crack of dawn. Better watch out.
He had the best opening line of a book I ever read. I don't know if it was an autobiography, but they quoted in a biography. They quoted him as saying, "I was born in the back seat of a taxi cab with 2 days worth of stubble on my face." Let's see this guy, professor at NJIT, New Jersey Institute of Technology in Newark. Prepares for a jam session that only comes once every 17 years. It's the return of the Brood X cicadas. And he says, once you hear the sounds of nature as music, it becomes ever more beautiful and alive. That
So
was
hold
him.
on a second. So this
Yeah.
motherfucker's got 17 years to put that playlist together.
Absolutely. And think about what he could charge. It's only going to happen once every 17 years.
Wow.
It's like a Beatles reunion or something. No
It's
pun
almost
intended.
Like, it's almost like when they brought the wall back.
And here is the
Waters.
Florida woman stabbing her sister. This is in Naples, Florida.
Did fucking Sonny did that too?
I thought that when I saw the picture.
Fucking hell. Stay the fuck out of Florida, Sonny.
Joanna Zelensky.
Too late. Too late.
10:30 p.m. on February 11th. Zelensky's sisters told officers they'd been drinking together. No kidding. And at some point, she got tired and wanted to go to sleep while Zelensky stayed up to continue drinking. Records show the victim said Zelensky went crazy and attacked her with an EpiPen, stabbing her multiple times, including her left thigh where a welt had formed. When asked about the incidents, police say Zelensky replied, "I'm allergic to drunks, so I injected her with the EpiPen so she wouldn't be drunk anymore. What's the big deal?"
Those Bush Lights will fucking catch up on you. It's creep.
A little Rheingold action, maybe. That's it. Florida
Natty.
man, Jersey woman.
Little natty light.
Florida man or Jersey guy. I'm going to read you two items. Now you're going to tell me who's the Florida man, who's the Jersey guy.
Can we add Czechoslovakian dude to this?
Well, next week is the Outer Banks of Bulgaria versus the coastal towns of Czechoslovakia guy.
Nice.
All right, man arrested after buying meth and asking cops to test its authenticity.
Well, that sounds like my neighborhood. Next.
And B, opera singer can't work due to uncontrollable flatulence.
I'm gonna go.
Actually, sounds like your condo right now.
I'm gonna go with meth. What is methamphetamine, Florida, and what is uncontrollable the shits, New Jersey.
The drizzling shits up north. You're absolutely correct. Yeah, yet again, Kevin.
You can't say meth and not fucking. That's like it's a national fucking flower down here.
Well, let's see the city.
State
the
flower.
The opium.
State
poppy.
State flower is fucking Sudafed.
Well, it wouldn't be the Poppy Act, right? It would be the meth is always kitchen made, right?
Yeah. Sudafed and all that.
Sudafed and your Drano. A Florida man was arrested for phoning the police to have some meth tested for authenticity after he purchased it from a local bar. Fox 13 reports Thomas Eugene Colucci of Spring Hill called 911 because he was worried he had purchased bath salts, telling officials he was an experienced drug user who knew it should feel different to
Pull him
smoke
up. Pull that guy
methamphetamine.
back up.
You know him?
Didn't he just write a check for like $49 million? Take the beard off of her. Is that our boy Jones? Kidding.
And let's see. Reference to Alex Jones, I would assume. Let's see. The other item was the opera singer. See, I can see this. But when you can't work because it's so chronic, hit a damn. This is the story. Opera singer can no longer perform due to what is termed uncontrollable flatulence. Singer Amy Herbst ended up in the hospital after allegedly screwing a procedure that prevented her from returning to the opera stage. Very unfortunate. Very unfortunate there. All right, we'll be back. Triple H is next. Oh, what a tease, right? Is he next? Florida man, Jersey guy, going to give you two headlines. One, hearse stolen from funeral home by
Jersey.
owner's daughter.
Jersey.
Jersey already. Or, man takes 10-year-old son on paintball drive-by, child injured by return gunfire.
Florida.
I got to make these harder, I guess. Is it this obvious?
Nobody. There's not even a hearse in Florida. It's fucking a white country squire fucking 77 fucking station wagon. Fuck, man. It's too fucking hot to bury fuckers down here.
Yeah. A Stratford, New Jersey funeral home. Carrie Zale walked into the open garage at Zale's funeral home on the White Horse Pike Road around noon, took the keys to the Cadillac hearse that Daddy owned for his company, and took a little joyride with it. That's cool, man. I mean, like, who's gonna be able to fucking do donuts with that gimmick unless your dad has it in a garage somewhere?
Are you old enough to remember when the ambulance came to your neighborhood? That it was a fucking it was a like a station wagon.
A station wagon, the family truckster Clark
Yeah,
Griswold
it
rolls
was a
up with the
white. It
ambulance.
was white. Ours was Superior Ambulance on the south side of Detroit.
No, they were vans when I was a kid. They were still like a proper.
No, they were fucking. They were. And I remember one of our friends down at the end of the street. Their mom had a stroke, and like they worked on it for a while. And like so when she came out, they didn't have her covered and shit. It was just like one of those post traumatic. Like it was probably the first dead person I saw in my life. 'Cause I was probably 6.
Mm.
She died before my dad.
In Detroit, I would have thought you were stepping over them on the way to school. Yeah.
Shit went fucking awry in 67.
Oh, the riots.
The riots, and then again in 68 when 68. Like I said, the day my father died was the day that King got shot. So shit went down again.
Florida man Michael Williams took his son on a paintball gun drive-by, only for the 10-year-old to be shot and wounded by a man who thought his family was in danger. ABC News reports that the 26-year-old father, fucking genius, was asked by his son to drive by a certain house with a paintball gun. When they reached the home, a number of pellets were fired. Homeowner Gregory Barnes believed the paintball shots were real gunfire. Police stated he thought his family was under attack. The man came out and fired, shot at the car.
What was it? Not only were they sophisticated enough to fucking do the drive-by, but they had a silencer. Fucking paintball doesn't make any fucking noise. How the fuck would have thought it? I hope that motherfucker did time.
Yeah, I don't know I guess the show. Yeah, you could have had charges. I guess, right? I don't think you walk around firing a paintball gun at anybody. Although, you know what? We talked about this when you were up here. I heard in Japan when pursuits get too
I actually
too hot, they hit the car.
I talked to a
with
guy. I was at the at a car dealership like a week after that, and I was looking at get my my Mustang painted. There was a Japanese dude in there that clearly was Japanese, and
how?
I mean,
How could you
I'm just talking about his English was very, he was,
Please give us a little bit of that.
no, I'm not gonna.
Not the how.
I'm not gonna Asian bash because my best friend growing up was Japanese.
Bash. It's nothing
Yeah,
negative.
yeah, but it's like
You could do Canadian for Pat. Just saying.
yeah, but that's Pat. If I knew what this cat's name was, I'd say that I'd be able to do it.
Throw
I'll
some
tell you-
silverware on the floor.
This is one of my favorite fucking. I'm so glad that you brought me here.
Jersey guy or Florida man. Here we go. 2 stories. You will tell me which you think is the Florida man and Jersey guy. Speaking of Florida man, I was watching what's that show called? It's one of the live police shows where they follow cops around all night for like 3 hours. Dan Abrams is the host. It's a cool show. Used to be called Live PD, then they took it off the air and it's back as I think On Patrol Live it's called. Anyway, so I'm in Florida and I had to run to a Dillard's. We don't have Dillard's up here. Love Dillard's. It's like Macy's used to be when it was good.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I come back, and that night I'm watching the show, and they're like, let's head down to Volusia County now. Had an armed robbery at the Volusia Mall. I was like, holy fuck. I was just there. I could have been. They didn't go in the mall. The guys had already pulled out, so they were chasing the car. But I had a Florida man brush with greatness there.
Man, that's too close for comfort.
So here it is. First headline: 2 men who stole a rock band's equipment post it on eBay and are caught.
Jersey, go ahead.
And man accused of jumping naked on neighbor's trampoline before breaking into home.
Yeah, it's Florida. Just the fact,
You might be 100% on these, by the way.
just
Yeah,
because,
absolutely.
yeah, it's like that's so Jersey mob. Like, wait, what we get with some money? Hey, the fucking Scorpions got their fucking shit in that trailer over there. Hook it up. Get the fuck out of here.
So let's go to Dover, New Jersey. A fan's trip to Our Marvelous Lives. Members helped lead to the recovery of about half the band's stolen equipment, which was pilfered from their recording studio last December, and then apparently posted on eBay. About $22,000 worth of music equipment was stolen from the band's recording rehearsal studio on Bassett Highway. And then
My son just wants those guys to know that they're not getting their fucking jazz master back. So
and that was it, and led to their capture. Now down to Florida. Yeah, man accused of jumping naked on the trampoline before breaking into the home. I don't know if that was in any way a preparation for the burglary or how in any way that helped. Lee Acres, Florida, wherever the hell that is. Adrian Lee Gonzalez Bradway needed 4 names. The 3 assassin names are not good enough for him. Charged with burglary, criminal mischief, and property damage of more than $200. According to the sheriff's office, Gonzalez Bradway showed up naked at his neighbor's home in Lehigh Acres on Tuesday afternoon and began tapping on her door. The resident asked Gonzalez Bradway if he needed assistance, but he did not respond. The television station reported 30 minutes later the woman said she saw Gonzalez Bradway jumping on her family's trampoline while still naked. When the woman saw him touching himself, she called 911. According to the sheriff's office, Gonzalez Bradway ran up to the woman's door demanding entry. When the woman refused, Gonzalez Bradway smashed her kitchen window.
Was there any seminal fluid involved in any of that?
He did the drawstring. He got the string going and greased the
son of a bitch,
the lock to get in. It's how he picked the lock with his pencil dick.
It's a fucking paper clip and a fucking like they do in the fucking movies. Something like that.
All right, Florida man or Jersey guy. Let's get to it. Everybody loves this segment. You can play along at home, The rules are very simple. You're going to get 2 headlines. You're going to tell me which is the Jersey guy, which is the Florida man. The first headline is Man uses finger guns to steal Waffle House napkins. Okay, so we held up the joint.
That's Florida because there's not a fucking Waffle House in Jersey.
Is that true?
Yeah.
Using way too much logic here. Well, the second, if that didn't give it away, the second headline is Mafioso admits to assaulting man to get a discounted wedding at his venue.
Billy Mafia in fucking Florida are fucking witness protection.
Let's go to the Waffle House. This one's fascinating to me.
I think at Louisville, Kentucky, no, Lexington, Kentucky, they turned to fucking omelet shops. There's no Waffle Houses north of that.
Is that oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, it's almost like a Mason-Dixon thing.
I thought maybe South Jersey gets weird. I thought we might have had them, but
yeah.
Anyway, Madison County, Florida. I don't know where geographically in Florida that is, but an employee called 911 on Monday to report an attempted robbery. The suspect was unarmed and simply left after grabbing some napkins. Mr. Edward William Rodriguez entered the Waffle House on, and this is a shoot, guys, 145 Southeast Bandit Street at 8 p.m. Witnesses described him as
he stole napkins.
Napkins. Used the finger guns, got everybody to freeze, and then took off with some napkins. Hey, he did announce. He said, "Get on the ground. Y'all are getting robbed." So he did kind of cause the commotion. Some people got scared. I guess some laid down, and but he only fled with napkins. That was enough. That was enough for him.
I could get that guy out on a low dose, micro dose of mushrooms as a defense attorney tomorrow.
They might have gone with that. And then, of course, in Jersey, a reputed mobster, so-called mobster, wanted a discount at the Brownstone, which is a rather lovely event space in Patterson. It's owned by one of the Real Housewives of New Jersey's husbands, and he was apparently beaten by the mafioso who wanted a better rate for the wedding. That's how they handle things over there, I guess. What can I tell you guys? What can I tell you? All right, it's time for Florida Man or Jersey Guy. You can play at home. Kevin is maybe nearly undefeated at this game.
I fucked up once.
I think you fucked up only one time out of 10, which is outrageous odds.
Yeah, but then I was corrected. A lot of people said that there are Waffle Houses in Ohio and Indiana, and so I hey man, if you're driving by them, I'm not. I absolutely believe you. So,
But I'm not going to argue with you about the Jersey thing. I don't think I've seen a Waffle House here. I know we have Cracker Barrels when you get to South Jersey, but I don't recall seeing a Waffle House here. So you still might be right about that aspect. Okay, here are the two headlines. One, we will attribute this true news item to a Florida man, one to Jersey guy. Okay. DUI suspect tells police his dog was driving, thus proclaiming his innocence. And the other story, man reportedly used a taxi service as his getaway after a bank robbery.
whew.
DUI suspect tells police his dog was driving, and man reportedly used taxi service as his getaway after bank robbery.
Oh, that's absolute Florida with the canine assist.
So Florida for the dog driving, and New
Yeah.
Jersey for the guy calling a cab.
Yeah, because
after
people
robbing.
people use cabs up in the Northeast. That's something you do.
Well, you got it backwards this time.
Oh, fuck me. I'm never doing this again.
Yeah. So it's. Wait, hold on. You know what? I got to read this.
Oh, fuck. If you read
No,
this.
you got me on a technicality here. You got me on a technicality. So on the news site, New Jersey 101.5, the story about the dog driving is out of Sarasota.
Bam.
So yeah.
This is double Florida man.
Yeah, it's double Florida man this week. It's my error. This is always New Jersey 101.5 is always a good source for stupid New Jersey arrests and stuff.
Looks like another push for Nash.
Yeah, another push.
We got my
Dealer wins though.
What?
Florida man or Jersey guy brings us to Florida man or Jersey guy. Two headlines.
If
for anyone.
the Jersey guy's a lying motherfucker like you, I'll just say yeah, Jersey
I
guy.
never lie. I'm honest to a fault.
All right.
When someone's a diva, I call him a diva. I'm honest to a fault. Of course, I have the safety of doing this over the computer. You're not next to me. All right. One headline from someone in Jersey, one from someone in Florida, and you're going to tell me who the Florida man and Jersey guy is. You have a very good record in this, I must say. All right. First headline. Well, this is a female, so it would be a Florida chick or Jersey chick. Barefoot drunk woman karate kicks the cops again. And the other headline, man gets tired of waiting at hospital, steals ambulance, drives home. One is Jersey, one is Florida.
Both pretty generic moves. I see the roundhouse kick coming off of a porch of a mobile home somewhere in Kissimmee. So I'm gonna go karate chick. Dude steals the ambulance, Jersey guy.
Okay. Good guess, but it is opposite.
Ah,
We have the
my streak has been broken.
we have a young woman getting arrested for the third time. Her name was, let's see her here, Franklin, New Jersey. Gets a call about a 44-year-old woman named Sheila Salatano. She was driving drunk and barefoot when the cops tried to arrest her. She ran away, then, quote, karate kicked both of them in the chest. She was so drunk they called an ambulance. Sheila kicked the EMT in the stomach as well. Very good. And then, let's see, the ambulance was
She's
in...
a badass.
What part? Yeah, pretty much.
Oh,
We've all dated ones like
Like
that.
that-
There he is. Look at him.
Senator Cruz.
There, a little bit, right? He does have a little of the cruise. If you cleaned him up.
That's how he looked when he was down in Cancun after a couple of drinks.
He, let's see, who is this? This is a patient lost his patience and stole an ambulance. According to the Lake County Sheriff's Office, investigators said this all went down Tuesday night at the Villages Hospital in the Villages. The Villages,
Highest-
for anyone that doesn't know.
Highest per capita of sexually transmitted disease in the world.
So this is like a retirement community, right? That everyone
Yeah.
went down, and they have it's like they have like like these 80-year-old swingers and shit, right?
We were going to do a show called The Villages, and Reed Carroll was who wrote the Magic Mikes, all of them,
yeah.
and Dog, and I was going to be like the guy that was just in, like the 55 and over, and I was the 57-year-old. Like I was like the American Gigolo of the place,
That would have been
with my pockets full of Blue Chews,
that would have been great.
manscaped
Love
up.
that. It never shot, or you just weren't in it.
No, we didn't. It never came to fruition.
Okay.
Actually, yeah, because Chan went through some things in his personal life, and everything was kind of put
But
on
Tatum
hold.
was going to be in it too.
No,
Oh, I thought you
No.
said Channing went through.
yeah, no. I mean, they were going to executive produce it together.
Oh, okay. So yeah, there is a documentary though about the Villages. I forget what it's called, but if you search it out, you'll find it about what an odd insular world it is down there. Only in Florida could you do some shit like that.
and guess how they vote down in the Villages?
I'm going to say overwhelmingly red. Would be my guess.
Because you know why? You know why they vote red? Okay, when you have a Republican who's a billionaire, okay, he's a billionaire.
mhm.
Now he's the ex-president,
Mhm.
but you get a guy that did a knockout job. Nobody can say he did anything wrong while he was in office. I mean, guy was pretty much spot on everything he did. Came a little bit short on the wall, but besides that, guy's spot on. But I've always was curious. People always, this is one thing that, and this is this isn't satire, sarcasm, or anything else. People will tell me, Nash, why do you hate Donald Trump so much? I'm like, I don't hate Donald Trump. I don't know the man. I've never met the man. I don't have the ability to give him that much real estate in my brain. I just don't think that he was that great for our country. But then I think about it, I'm thinking like, no, wait, because when there was the vote count, he got Portman and Wright out of Columbus, Ohio, which you would think that, like, who wouldn't want to make a name for themselves with the president being screwed out of an election, right? Think about it. Like, this is it. Like, this is my F. Lee Bailey moment with this law firm. Is I'm gonna stand up. I'm gonna go from state to state. We're gonna get this. We're gonna get this thing turned around. There's not going to be an insurrection. We don't need an insurrection because we're going to take care of this the proper way. But for some reason, everybody that got involved early in the vote count, all the firms that with any credibility bailed, and he ended up with Sidney Powell and Rudy Giuliani as his
Mm.
legal team, which seems strange when, if it's a no-brainer, 40% of our country believes that that this Biden character, who all he does is cause inflation. The numbers just came out there, 8.3. It's got to be this guy because, granted, Great Britain's were 9.9, but this guy seems to have control of this whole inflation thing where he's just got he's got he's doing some kind of thing there. And I can't figure out quite what it is, but he's no Donald Trump. So then we go. Okay? Then we go to Morgan and Lewis, and they decide that they're going to take on the Southern District in the fraudulent
Manhattan.
tax.
Yeah.
The whole.
Mhm.
They bail. What? They bail? So, and then of course they cut the sweet deal for the CEO or CFO or whatever the fuck he was. Odd job. Then we go to, hey, ex-President Donald Trump, billionaire Republican, super sweet ex-president, man. You think maybe we could have those classified documents you got in the back of your house, please? Well,
Well, what's her name said under oath that they were all.
oh,
turned
Christine,
over, right?
Christina Bob. I mean,
Bob, right.
because I mean, and everybody knows. I mean, you know, Christina Bob. I mean, it's just like she's with the law firm Neil and Bob, and if you've ever seen her, she's there for one reason only. I mean, she's got. I mean, when I did find out that she got a law degree at Trump University, I was a little suspect, but so she says that she actually writes to the DOJ stating that there are no more top secret anything of clearance. They come and you're not gonna believe this. 2 months later, they do a search of the house, find 20 boxes, 11 of them have top secret and classified documentation.
Wouldn't you know it?
So this is my real problem in this whole thing. Everybody's saying,
If that were you and I, we'd be under the jail right now. Why haven't they put Trump in jail yet?
I'm at the point in my life with this whole fucking deal. I'm so tired of seeing the DOJ in fucking half guard with Trump that I'm about to stand both of them up and start this fucking thing over. Like, come on. Shit or get off the pot. Because if you can take somebody like me and I just go, okay, so where does this go? They bring in the masturbator to fucking decide whether or not the, you know,
The special master.
yeah, the special masturbator to decide whether or not the shit's going to go further. And when push come to shove, it's going to go to the Supreme Court. Push come to shove, he'll take this shit to the Supreme Court where he's already stacked the fucking deck there. So you're going to tell me that Trump is going to go to fucking jail and bring along with him, because this is part of his fucking deal, his Secret Service fucking crew.
Can't.
He has to. He's got to be protected.
Well, if ever.
There's no
all right.
precedent for it.
No, there isn't. So that's an interesting point. So what would
So-
they do? So they could they put him in a federal facility with
No, they put him in Mar-a-Lago and put him under house arrest.
a
so
house
he'd have-
arrest, maybe?
Yeah. So
Right.
is that bad? You're much closer. You don't have to keep making fucking excuses for diaper changes. You're right there in your crib.
Well, can they say what? Can they make his house arrest in Newark in an apartment 4C in the ironbound section
you're-
of
you're-
Newark
you're putting-
instead
you're
of
putting-
Mar-a-Lago?
You're putting the secrets. You're putting them in a secure security situation that it's not advantageous to protect the. See, I tell you right now, man, this is like that NFL pension when they got OJ. You ain't gonna fuck around with this. The Secret Service is gonna watch Donald Trump's ass until the day he passes.
Well, that's the deal. But I wonder, in a case where someone's convicted, this just has never happened. They'd have to figure it out. How many years would that take? There'd probably be a special master to decide how the Secret Service is handled too.
Yeah, I just look at the whole thing and I'm just like, you're going to tell me at some point, like, they're just not going to say, listen, we're going to do a 1-page deal memo. You say that you won't ever run for office again, and you sign this paperwork.
And that'll be enough.
You can't hold office. Yeah. So that's all the world wants is him not to be able to be in any kind of position. I think Rotary Club, something like that, would be fine.
Our head Rotarian,
Yeah.
Donald Trump, ladies and gentlemen, and former president.
For a president. So no, but I don't understand how people, like, why can't, and everybody that lawyers for him has to get a lawyer.
That's the problem now, is that the legal team needs a legal team.
I mean, what does that tell you?
I mean, who's signing up for this?
I think Lindsey Graham. He's doing the fucking Potomac Shuffle, fucking 15. He just went 15 weeks to the.
Well, he's busy because there's apparently a new bill he's had in his back pocket about the 15-week abortion that just got whipped out.
He took 15 steps to the left yesterday.
Okay, headline 1. Teens caught dumping murder victim in the woods after leaving their hazard lights on. And man steals neighbor's peacock, gets chased by angry birds.
Some little Sopranos fucking dug a hole in Jersey for number 1, and fucking it's too cold to have a peacock up in fucking Jersey, so that's got to be Florida.
He's right again.
I'm like fucking Columbo. Let me get this right. What are you saying there? Let me get this right.
Couple of kids leave their hazards on. You want me to expect it? 2 teenage brothers from Somerset, New Jersey, are charged with criminal homicide after cops stumbled on them trying to dump a dead body in the woods in Pennsylvania because they left their hazards on. Anthony Gamble and Joshua Gamble taken into custody Thursday morning after Pennsylvania state troopers pulled over to check on what they assumed was a disabled vehicle on the side of the road, and no, they were dumping a body. Let's see who they killed.
You don't even fucking leave your hazards on when you're taking a piss. What a fucking... Yeah.
The unidentified male appeared to have stab wounds about his head, neck, upper chest, and arm. And that brings us to the peacock story. Man steals neighbor's peacock, gets chased by angry birds. This is in Coconut Grove. The theft is caught on camera. Residents said that despite not liking the peacocks in their neighborhood, they are upset about the theft. They had become a nuisance, quote, but it's somebody invading. And that's not right, the neighbor said. Coconut Grove. A little bit of money down there.
Used to be.
All right.
They got flooding problems bad down there.
In the Grove?
Yeah. No, that whole there's pumps running all the time in those areas.
As you should. It is time for Florida Man or Jersey Guy. 2 headlines, 2 states, 2 assholes, 1 game. First headline. Burglar wears clear plastic bag overhead to rob GameStop. Okay. And then second one.
With a Gator shirt on.
I don't know.
Okay. Obviously, this is going to be hard to top this.
Police chief seen lying in the street with pants down during drunk driving arrest.
So Jersey.
So you're going Florida with the first
I'm going
story.
Florida with the plastic bag over his head. And fucking cop with his pants down sounds like fucking a Stallone movie.
So, let's see here. This, the crook. Oh, this he drove over the Florida border to a GameStop in Georgia, but it was a Florida man who made this attempt. And there it is. There's a shot.
Jesus,
the bag over the head.
Yeah, I hope he put some air holes. What the?
There
fuck?
it is, folks.
Look at the head on that motherfucker. God damn, fucking. That was a fucking. Where do you get a clear trash bag to go over that fucking dome?
It looks like it actually had some print on it, but he pulled the print aside so that he could see out the front, and thus we could see in.
I mean, almost Dr. Doomish, or fucking like one of those. Like it's like some
hooded, around
yeah.
the face there, yeah. And then the police chief here comes to us from. What city would this be? Bordenton Township. The police chief, Brian Pesci, was found on the floor in nearby Hamilton after a 911 caller reported following a drunk driver weaving all over the place, nearly hitting a mailbox, and there he is.
Is he fucking?
Got
Is
some
he
video
ripping?
of
Is he
it there.
ripping one out or?
I don't, yeah, the hand does look curiously.
Yeah, he's.
Very dickish.
Yeah, that motherfucker's rubbing one down.
There's the proud
Okay.
chief of police of Bordenton.
The thing is, though, you see, people think of Jersey and they think of fucking like Goodfellas. They don't know what it's like at the fucking south far end of fucking Jersey.
Oh my God!
You know, where it's fucking. You might as well be in fucking Paducah, Kentucky.
I always say, south of Edison, you're a different state.
Fucking 5 miles in from Florida, you might as well be in Mississippi.
Exactly right. Florida man or Jersey guy? Here we go. Your record is rather impeccable here. I think you have 2 losses over 14 weeks. So let's see how.
Yeah, but the one loss was actually
it was a technical. Yes, there was
Yeah.
a technicality there. So we're going to give you. We'll give you credit for that one. All right. Here's the headline. For anyone who doesn't know, one true headline involves a Florida offender, and one is from a Jersey guy. And Kev's going to tell us which is which. Going to try. All right. The first one: metal musician turns uncle's skeleton into a Skelecaster guitar. The visual on this is unbelievable. You'll see it after we reveal. Metal musician turns uncle's skeleton into a Skelecaster guitar. And, second headline, a burglar accidentally butt-dialed 911 while discussing the details of the crime with his accomplice.
I don't think anybody in Florida has the technical ability to take a corpse and make it into a guitar. So I'm going to go Jersey with the corpse, the uncle corpse, Fender, and Florida man on the butt dial.
Okay, well, we
How
got
do you-
got you this week.
Oh, really?
We got you this week. We did. Here's the visual on the guitar. Fucking unbelievable. There's the spine and the rib cage. T, what do you think about that bad boy? You gonna whip that out at the festival next week? Holy fuck! It's brutal, but it's a neck. I mean, it's probably a Fender neck. Where are the pickups? Pickups are like the kidneys.
No, it looks like the pickups down there in the L2 region.
the L2 pickups.
Yeah, that's.
There you go. You thought you were badass out there, our musicians in the world. Play a family member. And then the burglar. This was in what city was this? Somerset, New Jersey. The criminal though was from Elizabeth, right out there by the airport. I think Lookers might actually be located
It is.
in Elizabeth proper there. Careless burglar, who authorities allege inadvertently dialed 911 and let the police in on his burglary plans before committing the crimes, has been indicted. That's Scott Robert Esser. Well, that gets us to Florida man or Jersey guy this week.
Are we going to have to like pay Rob like some kind of monetization for that 20-minute segment?
That was me. That was ours. Who's Rob?
I'm
Rob Van Dam?
Yeah.
Oh,
it
please.
was a joke.
No, yeah, I thought you meant
You're still-
Feinstein.
you're
I thought you meant
no.
no. I thought you meant it was
No,
a
you're-
Feinstein.
no,
clip.
you're
I was
still-
like,
you're
do I
still-
look like Feinstein?
You're still caught up on the fracking.
Yes. All right, Jersey guy or Florida man. Here we go. 2 headlines, actual headlines. One out of New Jersey, one out of Florida, and Kevin is going to see if he can get it. Man caught trying to rob the same bank twice in 2 days. And man wakes neighbors by screaming and pretending to be a firework. Man caught trying to rob the same bank twice in 2 days. Man wakes neighbors by screaming and pretending to be a firework.
I think the guy that was a firework was, I think that's Florida man. And I think the guy that robbed 2 banks was a Florida man that moved to Jersey.
That lived
for-
in Jersey, was vacationing in Jersey.
Yeah, but I'm gonna. Yeah,
You got it. That is correct. Here, let's take a look at this charming gentleman. This Newark man caught after robbing the same bank twice in 2 days. There he is, 50-year-old, robbing a bank and then returning to the same bank the following day. I guess it went so well for Kenneth Stassa, who entered the Wells Fargo on Bloomfield Avenue shortly after 9 a.m. on June 12th, passed the teller a note saying, "Give me $1,000. I have a bomb." He went for $1,000? Really?
he went with a bomb.
Wait,
Was it like the Boris and Natasha, the black gimmick with the fuse,
spy versus spy action
Yeah.
here?
right? Oh man,
Yeah. So then I guess he went back the same day and tried the same thing, unsuccessfully the second time. And then let's head to Florida here. What part of Florida here? Cape Coral. Man wakes neighbors by screaming and pretending to be a firework. Man protesting. Oh, he was protesting pyrotechnics. Was caught on a Cape Coral security system screaming around 3 a.m. on a Friday morning. Firecracker, firecracker, boom. So he went with a very realistic
yeah.
audio experience. And, well, dogs were barking outside, and the guy was screaming so loud, said Sarah Warnicki, who captured this all on camera. Love me some Florida man, Jersey guy.
Mm.
So, yeah.
What if they would have
Mhm.
teamed up and he would have went in with the first guy in Jersey and did the sound effects had the bomb went off?
You know what?
This is what you're going to hear. Go ahead, Jim.
Exactly. You don't give me that $1,000, Dr. Evil says.
Yeah, I want that in 5s.
The realistic explosives.
Mm.
Good God. Crazy world we live in, Kevin.
Yeah.
Crazy world we live in here. All right. It is time for Florida Man.
Tony very Kanye before Kanye.
Yeah, Kanye before Kanye. I like that. We can use that. But Tony was very contrarian in a lot of his opinions. He's a little bit of a shocking individual if you listen to his opinions on things. But you know, I errantly said he would walk on your face. He liked to be the recipient of the women stepping on his face with Vans. Actually, I thought it was like heels. We were doing a segment of his U Shoot, and I'm showing him like heels. Like, would you like this on your face? Would you like this on your face? And he said no.
No, he wanted Avril Lavigne to do it with a pair of Vans on.
Vans, or he got so excited about China doing it. He pulled out a life-size cutout of China on air that he was carrying around with him because she was going to be, like, I guess, at the convention he was going to. And he begins taking out all this China merchandise and saying, they're the face walkers that she wearing right there. Them they're face walkers. And he's showing the shoes. I know you enjoy the accent. He's showing the shoes. And then a full life-size a cutout is, I turned to him, I said, did you stop at a China store before you came here? How do you have all this merch? So
Actually, he was registered for China.
registered.
You know, like when you get married, you register for
Oh,
China.
register for China. Jesus, you're too esoteric. You're too. You see, you make jokes like that, and it's like, this isn't a wrestling show.
That's true.
Wrestler-
I take it back.
Wrestlers can't reach for the kind of everyman humor, the Jerry Seinfeld humor. All right, Florida man or Jersey guy. Here we go. One headline, real headline, news item from an incident involving a Florida man or a Jersey guy, and Kevin will get. What's your record on this? We should have kept. Are you down? You're just down one, really, because there was a technicality.
Yeah,
on
there was
one.
a technicality. I'm
Did you get it last week, or did you get hosed?
No, I didn't get hosed.
Okay. All right, here we go. Man arrested for calling 911 after his kitten denied entry into a strip club. And the other story, fugitive applies for a job at the sheriff's office. Man arrested for calling 911 after his kitten is denied entry into a strip club. The joke writes itself if you want to. I'm leaving the goalie out of the net for that one, the kitten in the strip club. And then fugitive applies for a job at the sheriff's office.
Well, again, I just those could both go either way. This is kind of a. Let me think now.
I like the process. This is my favorite part of it. When you're verbalizing the thought process.
Well, I mean, you think about, okay, like to walk in to a strip club and you actually have a cat in your hand.
Yeah.
That's kind of, that has that kind of Jersey, because the guy might have, like, he's a little bit pimped out and he thinks like the chicks are going to be digging the fact that he's got the kitten. All women like cats. He's going to have. So I'm going to go with Jersey guy with the cat and just absolute fucking mental Florida man trying to get a job as he's being chased by a cop car.
Well, I think you didn't get it right, but had I shown you the guy at the strip club, you probably would have gotten it right. You got it, Steve? Do I have a picture of? Oh, I don't have a picture of the guy. There was one website. If you search it out, you'll see the mugshot. I actually
Teddy Hart used to always have, like, Teddy Hart had those, like,
he trained cats.
Yeah, like those great cats, and like those things, man. They would pull women.
Well, he also had he ran a brothel too, so he put it all together there. So this is out of Murdoch, Florida. A man walks into a strip club with a cat. Please don't tell me you've heard this one. Everett Lags tried to enter a Murdoch, Florida strip joint last week with a kitten. They were both refused entry. He repeatedly called 911. Deputies arrested Lags for misusing 911 and other charges.
We didn't get where's his shot at?
Steve, that's him in the second row, the first picture. Yeah, that's right. No, there you go. Not pimped out, Kev. See, you would have gone full Florida man had I shown you that.
I would have just said, yeah, the guy was on meth too.
Yeah. And then, of course, how can we forget the guy?
Florida man arrested for having sex with alligator.
He should be given a medal. Forget about arrested.
Yeah.
If you could make that work.
I've seen the whole, where they actually wrestle them and, hold their mouths open because they don't have any, but,
God, did you ever see that show where they go and swamp people, where they make their living catching alligators? I think it's on Discovery. Animal. I don't know what channel it's on. I want to report that, but it's called Swamp People, and they just follow people that live down on the bayou, mostly in Louisiana, and that's their job. They get up at like 5 a.m, and there's a very short period of time where you're allowed to hunt alligator. It's like a month. and they have to make enough money to sustain themselves for a year. And they buy the tags. Like, I think I'm going to catch 100 alligators this year, and they pay X amount of dollars for each tag to wrap around the foot and sell when they come back. And they're like, imagine leaving for work. As shitty as your job might be out there, and you don't want to slog through the weather this morning and go to the office or whatever. Imagine your entire goddamn living was dependent on you hauling in 10, like 12-foot alligators that day on these little boats, these small motorboats that they just pile the dead alligators on, and they're like climbing all over them. Fascinated by this. Yeah. So that's
that guy trains.
that's
That guy's on roids.
You laugh. He would have been the fourth hillbilly for McMahon in 1986 had he walked into his office in Stamford.
I think he was fourth in line on Ned Beatty.
Da-da-ding, ding, 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 ding. Indeed. All right. Florida man or Jersey guy? Anyone who was playing along at home, 2 stories, real headlines. One, you have to attribute it. One to a Jersey individual, one to someone in Florida. Here they are. Man brings 32 bags of weed into the courtroom. And man calls 911 about a McDonald's order and says he has cocaine in his butt. Man brings 32 bags of weed into the courtroom for his case, and man calls 911 about a McDonald's order and tells them he has cocaine in his butt.
Cool. I'm just going to go on the fact that I'm going to say cocaine up the anus is the Florida man, and the bringing in the pot to prove to prove a point in his own court case is very Jersey.
You're absolutely correct once again. Let's go here to let's go to the courtroom in I don't know. I'm feeling this might even be the Jersey City courtroom here. Let's see. Yeah, December 14th was a very bad day for a 29-year-old Jersey City resident, Marquise Diggs. That morning, he woke up, grabbed his coat, headed off to family court where his mother was waiting to file a restraining order against him. Upon his arrival, Diggs was promptly arrested on several outstanding warrants. Jersey Journal reports that a subsequent search revealed 32 bags of suspected marijuana and $176 in his coat pocket. The money not as much a problem as the weed. And then in the McDonald's one, oh yeah, let's get a shot of him. Oh, no, not showing up? All right. Well, let's see. Do we get a still? A still of the individual's face? It's charming. But this is Collier County, Florida. I'm not sure where that is. And the cocaine. A man hinted as he was being loaded into the back of a Collier County. There he is. Innocent? I have cocaine in my butt, 56-year-old Mustafa Owardi answered. Owardi had called 911 3 times early Wednesday morning from the McDonald's on Tamami Trail East. He said they'd gotten his burger order wrong twice. Why this necessitated a phone call to the police, I'm not sure. However, when deputies arrived, he began yelling and I guess told them he had cocaine in his ass.
Probably, it looks like he's got at least a bowling ball up there.
Yeah, the expression alone would
Yeah.
It's constipation. If it wasn't the coke, it would probably be constipation.
I see him like when he actually made the audio of this was a lot like in Training Day when the guy says, "You ever have your shit pushed in?" I can see that guy kind of having that. You ever have cocaine up your ass? I've had my shit pushed in.
He's got a very even tan, though. I'll tell you that it's a healthy Florida tan.
I think it's probably just a cheap bag he's got jammed up. There's probably getting some leakage.
I was going to say, it might have ruptured. and
Yeah, he's just
totally wired.
Yeah, he's just out of his mind.
Well, those of you listening on your Apple Podcasts or Spotify or Stitcher or iHeart, this is a reason to go over to YouTube, click subscribe to get Tristan is Black,
Yep.
and see some of the visuals that we talk about every week here. All right, Florida man or Jersey guy. Two headlines: one Florida man, one Jersey guy. Kevin will defend his nearly impeccable record at identifying assholes above and below the Mason-Dixon line. First headline is "Man who meant no harm," end quote, could get 20 years for pointing a laser at a jet. And man attempts to use women's underwear to comply with mask policy. So first one, man who, quote, meant no harm, end quote, could get 20.
That's a Jersey guy. And then the underwear is a Florida cat.
I don't know how you do it every week, but you do. I really don't show these to him every week, but there's something happening here. You're absolutely correct.
Because the Florida guy would have blinded himself with the light.
David Banach, 38 years old of Parsippany, admitted under questioning that he aimed a handheld laser pointer at a jet and later a helicopter. He temporarily blinded the two pilots and endangered the safety of countless innocent civilians. He was released on a $100,000 bond, and not a good thing to do. So we are telling everyone, please do not do this. And then down in our fair state, Kevin's state, represented.
Is that DeSantis?
By
No, he was doing Channel 2 News.
in Fort Lauderdale, a man said he was kicked off a United Airlines flight for using women's underwear as a face mask. Adam Jenny of Cape Coral told WFTX he believes the rule requiring to wear face masks on a plane is silly, so he opted to follow the rule by putting some panties on his face. Very good.
Nice.
You're I don't know, you got a special thing going on here. You got a special gift.
Well, number one, I do live in Florida, so I mean I play hopscotch with these knuckleheads 24/7 down here.
Yeah, a little bit some panty masks at the gym earlier today, maybe.
Oh, jeez.
Florida man or Jersey guy, Kevin? I'm going to give you two headlines, real headlines. I want you to tell me who the Jersey guy is and who the Florida man is. Okay, you've been stellar at this game. Okay, I put your record up there percentage wise, very close to your WCW run. All right, first headline. Man,
The first one.
the first well, Oz. A man leaves his business class seat to grope a sleeping woman. You fly a lot. Maybe you've seen the same thing. And the second headline, man arrested for trying to buy child at Walmart. Man leaves his business class seat to grope a sleeping woman, or man arrested for trying to buy child at Walmart.
Well, he can't leave his first class seat on a Spirit airline out of Sanford, Florida. So I'm going to say that the first class gentleman is from Jersey, and of course everybody's trying to purchase a child in Florida. So those are my guesses.
Oh, so the record continues. Kevin's spot on. All right, let's head to Newark Airport, everybody.
Oh boy.
What's this gentleman's name here? Ganesh Parkar was arrested after touching down at Newark Airport for sexually assaulting a woman during a 14-hour flight. Prosecutors say the 40-year-old intentionally moved from his more expensive seat to sit behind the woman in an otherwise empty row in economy. Let's head to Walmart in let's see what part of your fair state this is. Oh, there you go. The mug shots all you need there. Oh, Volusia County.
Nice.
Volusia County Walmart. There's our friend Helmuth Kolb, 85 years old. Arrested.
Not Nazi war criminal.
And that's think he was on the Lusitania when it got shot in 1915.
Fucking hell.
Now, but you know what was fascinating? As I read more about this, he was actually arrested for a parole violation for trying to buy an 8-year-old at a Winn-Dixie prior to this. So he was shopping around like any good consumer. The action at Winn-Dixie was not good enough. So he violated his parole by doing the same thing at a Walmart. And the quote is, where is it? Here. Okay, so Kolb reportedly told the child's mother how pretty her child was, followed them to the parking lot, where he offered her $100,000 for the child.
Wow.
Yeah.
I thought it was weird that they had the case was actually tried in The Hague. That was strange.
Where I just got it. It is time for Florida Man or
Oh,
Jersey
God.
Guy. It is time for you to continue to defend your record as you get your emphysema going over there. Jack Klugman, suddenly my co-host. All right, here, 2 headlines, real headlines. One from the fair state of Florida and one from up here in Jersey. Man arrested after reportedly burglarizing home of families attending funerals. If you need a new level of low, folks, you have it. And man charged with threatening to shoot his neighbor for farting in front of his house. So man arrested after reportedly burglarizing home.
I'm going to go with Florida Man for shooting somebody for farting, because Florida Man wouldn't be smart enough to look at the obituaries to coincide with the houses that would be empty.
We got you this week.
Wow.
So, Florida man Ronald Rose had been arrested for at least 10 burglaries, which he is believed to have committed after watching families attend a funeral. He knew the home would be empty, and he would run over there and burglarize the home. Let's see. Do I have a city here?
He's West too, so he's Volusia County.
Okay, yeah. Could be, I think, Orlando. This might have been Orlando. Yeah. Okay. And then our friend, let's see here. All right, our friend appears to be from the Teaneck area. Daniel Collins pulled a .32 caliber revolver and threatened to put a hole in his gassy neighbor's head for tearing ass in front of his house. No, that's still Florida, man. There he is. There we go. He doesn't look like he's got gas problems at all.
No. It always kills me when one of my childhood heroes like Jim Brown just goes haywire.
Thought you were going to do John Amos. Could have went in a couple of directions there.
Wasn't I? Wasn't I John Amos?
You actually were John Amos.
I was John Amos
in the film. Click this, the film. The casting. Go find that. I think it was episode 2. Florida man or Jersey guy. 2 headlines. Hour and 14 minutes, and we're getting to Jersey guy and Florida man. Here's the first 2 real headlines, by the way, if this is the first time they're playing along with Kevin. One from a Florida man and one from a Jersey guy, and Kev's going to tell me which is which. All right, first one. Man dressed as Elf arrested for DWI. And man arrested stealing from Walmart during the Shop with a Cop fundraiser event.
Florida.
B was Florida? He's good at it, folks. Yes, let's go to New Jersey first.
As soon as you said Walmart, I immediately just I felt the humidity of walking across the parking lot.
Well, in Riverdale, up here in Jersey, a man dressed as Santa's little helpers found himself in trouble. No, that would be Gene. There he is. Friday morning, when Riverdale police allegedly discovered him drunkenly passed out in a car around 3:30 a.m., Sergeant Pat Harden was dispatched to the parking lot of a Target on Route 23 after receiving a report of a suspicious vehicle. And there inside was a friggin' elf, for God's sakes. And then, down to Target here. So apparently there's an event called Shop with a Cop where there were 40 police officers in the store shopping with people for the holiday, and that's when this dick decides he's gonna rob the joint. So let's see. Brad was arrested at a St. Cloud Walmart after trying to steal items. At the same time, about 40 deputies were inside as part of a Shop with a Cop event. Classic Florida man right there, boy. Very good.
Yeah, that was a no-brainer.
Yeah, what was it? How do you get it every week? It was just the Walmart reference that...
No, just number one. It's too hot 90% of the time to be in an elves costume. You know, that's like it was warm today. Like, you couldn't have worn a elves outfit around today. You would have crack your ass. Would have been like a river.
That's a good point. But I think those that wear elf costumes all day long probably aren't of the mental capacity to consider things like that. But listen, who's going to argue with success? You add to your impressive record once again.
I was wrong last weekend.
Last week, but that was only like 2, right? That was like the second one out of 23. So that's not a bit. If you were an MMA fighter and you were 23-2.
No, yeah. I think I forgot to ask if I was in the building when I was in the building last week. So
that's what happened.
And you in no way guardrailed me.
I didn't guardrail you. I know. I didn't keep you on the road, brother.
You didn't guardrail me correctly, so I take no blame for that.
But let me tell you what
pencil neck geek.
Kev's going to defend his stellar record. It would be an MMA Hall of Fame record if he was in the octagon for a Florida man or Jersey guy. 2 headlines, one a Florida man, one a Jersey guy. Kev's going to try to decipher which is which. Okay, first one, and boy, we're going to talk about this one. Man arrested after having public sex with a dog and damaging a church nativity scene. And convicted man said he didn't know Congress met in the Capitol, so he couldn't have intended on obstruction. Man arrested after having public sex with a dog damaging a church nativity scene. And convicted man said he didn't know Congress met in the Capitol, so he couldn't have intended obstruction.
Well, Florida's too red to allow a nativity scene. So I'm going to say that I got to go with the Florida man with the insurrection and the Jersey guy fucking the dog.
We got you this week, Kev. We got you this
fucking
week.
The dog should have told me it was Florida.
Yeah, but you hear the insurrection, right? So you go to right.
It's hard.
Nope. A Florida man was arrested after having sex with a dog in front of families, wrecking a nativity scene at a nearby church, and attempting to steal a vehicle. I didn't know, was the nativity scene destroyed while the fucking of the dog? Was it wild dog sex and tail and leash flying around, knocking the Virgin Mary down into the 3 wise men?
We know what happened. We know what happened to Snuggles now.
Right, exactly.
Boom.
Chad Mason. We came out of an up-tempo song, and Chad Mason was hitting it dog style.
Shit, man. I'm up against the guy's got trying to get his shit tight.
It was a golden doodle dog. He was taking it out for a walk in the apartment complex at the 2600 block of McMullen Booth Road at around 4:30 p.m. on Sunday, Clearwater police said. He then began having sex with the dog in front of multiple adults and a child who was under 16 years old. At which point, when he was confronted, he began to knock over a nativity display and break several potted plants and throw children's toys from a playground area. Okay.
I wonder how many times that guy was sodomized first month then.
Oh, once he hit prison.
Yeah.
And then Yeah, the gentleman from New Jersey.
He might have just. I bet you that guy did a year.
The dog guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wonder. So let's go to Jersey here for the Take a look at this guy, folks. Let's see here. If you didn't think there were issues before, here is Timothy Hale Cusinelli. And this is a photo taken at the trial. He said that he didn't know Congress met in the U.S. Capitol, and so therefore could not have intended to disrupt
He didn't
the
come up.
electoral vote.
He
Let's
hasn't
see.
ca-
I think
he-
Steve was having a pop-up
Oh.
issue there. Let's see.
He looked like he was about to go DEFCON 3.
Timothy Hale Cusinelli.
Did the guy look like Adolf Hitler?
Yes, he's got. Yeah.
Oh, he's really. He's going for the look.
Oh, and he's auditioning for the role for the Mein Kampf miniseries,
Yeah.
which
See,
is coming.
That would have definitely. Wow.
That's all you can say, right?
Yeah.
Folks, look for a picture of Mr. Cusinelli out there if
Fucking
you're
pick-
listening.
Mr. Cusinelli, do me a favor and pick one.
Yeah, he could be a pick a hand. Not
Pick
the
a hand.
category for the year-end awards, I'm thinking.
Yeah, I think he's gonna suck one.
Okay, here we are, Florida man, Jersey guy. Two headlines. One from Kev's fair state of Florida, one from up here in Jersey, and Kev's got a pretty good record. I think we got him last week, though, and we'll see what happens here. A lot of fans play along, and they Steve, let me know the voting in the live audience over there when we do this. First one. Bank robber attempts 2 robberies while wearing a T-shirt advertising a pizzeria in his hometown. And man accused of hitting wife with Christmas tree after being asked to help with dinner. Figured I'd read one for the holidays.
Wasn't that like recent?
It was actually, yes. This season. Bank robber attempts 2 robberies while wearing a T-shirt from a pizzeria.
I think the bank robber's jersey. I think I read the Florida guy hit his wife with the.
Let's see what the fans. First 2 fans are agreeing with you. Right. Well, you see pizzeria, right? You think Jersey. Like, there's the clue, I guess, right? Because you're absolutely correct. You are correct. So we head to
Plus,
and look at this guy. Look at this badass that they pulled out of the bank. Well, he was it was actually a New York City bank, but he was a Jersey guy. And look at him, huh? Striking fear in the hearts of all near him when he walked in and demanded money.
I haven't seen him since he sat on the toilet and blew the back of his head up in Full Metal Jacket.
Oh, I was just going to say Full Metal Jacket. This is Richard Callison of Oradell, New Jersey, who was arrested on 14th Street in Manhattan in the Village after trying to rob his second bank. And
look at the female police officer's look on her face.
Like how fucking exactly. I've
fucking
arrested a lot of dipshits in my life, but motherfucker,
you're a tool. You're a fucking tool.
Officer Rodriguez just cannot believe her eyes. And
the other guys over there saying, "Man, if there weren't so many cameras around here, I'd take him out at the knees."
And then in Florida,
pick me last in gym class, you motherfuckers. Yeah.
Well, someone married that, first of all. This was December 13th this year in Lake County, Florida. That's Richard Atkinson. He was arrested on multiple charges, including domestic battery. She asked for some help from dinner, and he pounded her with the Christmas tree. That's really the long and short.
Let's just look at the amount of tar and nicotine in that mustache.
That's a whole lot of cool right there with the K.
I guess the Unabomber fucking that gimmick was already taken.
And the Ted Kaczynski Award for Lifetime Achievement goes to Richard Atchison.
Shut up, bitch. I hit you with this tree. I hope it was an aluminum tree. I hope it was like a Douglas fir or something.
But of all things, like let me run over there and grab the tree right now. It's just
Maybe
Funny how
he's like
people's
me,
minds
though.
work.
Maybe he's like, if I hit her with the tree, she won't ask me to put the bitch up.
break the thing in the process.
Yeah, break it over her head. I don't know.
I got to watch Raw a little bit this week.
Could that motherfucker's eyes be any closer?
It's a
Wow.
very interesting look. See, it's time for Florida Man or Jersey Guy, Kev. It's we did the tabulation. I think you're 16-7, which is a good martial arts record, a good MMA record. And we'll see if you
Would allow me not to play a couple of those baseball games, huh?
Exactly. That's only like 1/15 of the season, 26 games. Okay, so here are the two stories this week. One, if you're playing along at home, one a real headline from a Jersey guy, one a real headline from Florida Man. Okay, first one, man beat roommate's raccoon with hammer and threatened to kill neighbor. And burglary suspect trying to escape gets in a cop car instead of a lift.
Florida, Jersey.
Florida up top, Jersey second.
Yeah, we have
What?
so many raccoons down in Florida.
All right, well, let's see. Florida man beat roommate's raccoon with a hammer, threatened to kill neighbor. Now, the fact that the neighbor was keeping a raccoon is kind of what was interesting to me. You may have a lot of raccoons running about, but, I mean, Kevin, you never open your door for a raccoon.
Depends unless it's Rocky Raccoon.
Yeah, that he'd be welcome. But, yeah, so...
Stepped into your room, only to have Gideon Bible.
Those of you that are fans of the Nash vocals are getting way more than you bargained for today. And then the burglary suspect trying to escape gets in a cop car and stuff. Yeah, I knew he was going to look like this, by the way. In Rochelle Park there, burglary suspect didn't... his plan didn't go as intended when he ended up getting in the back of a police car instead of his lift.
He was hoping that the backstop was going to be a green screen.
Yeah.
At the police station there.
Right, he'd just be the floating head.
Like the fucking Matrix.
Yeah, so didn't go well for Mr. Nicholas Maziot. He called a lift, by the way. Let this fact not go undiscovered as his getaway. He thought, as he planned this crime, he would call a lift to escape the area after the robbery. And then, you know, if that didn't show stellar criminal planning, jumped in a cop car instead of the lift. So that's so. Kev, once again,
well thought out.
Well thought out. You are you now advance to 17-6. Was it 17-7?
It's not Cy Young Award winning numbers, but you know,
it's still a high percentage.
Yeah, okay.
Those of you keeping track at home.